wanna give them more when I touch down. Touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touch down, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touch down, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touch down, touchdown, touchdown. 4th down, 4 yards, put it all on the line. I am not worried cause it is our time. I hear the crowd in the background, man, they just wanna see me shine. For the hell of it, it's irrelevant. You lacking the intelligence to make it make sense. We gon' manifest whatever we came to get. That's a little money and a trophy and nothing they call respect. We don't care who the best, we don't worry who was next. We gon' put them boys to rest like a type of feet of bed. I'm ahead of the rest like I came without a net. They gon' say it under breath, I'ma say it with my chest. I got it wrapped like a toga, put the whole team on my shoulders. Hold up, wake these boys up, call me Folger, soldier, flow feeling colder, some call it polar. You don't wanna box me, I'm feeling cocky.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Carolina Panthers and the Los Angeles Rams. And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. Fielded right around the 8. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Throwing, Mayfield. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault, and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
Laviska Shenault, here's a name that a lot of teams league-wide have kept eyes on. Flown a bit under the radar through his first 2 seasons, but he has produced 600 yards in each as a target eater. Not hard to see why the league remains high on him, especially when he makes catches like that.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Mayfield now. Throw left side, going to be caught by Shenault. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 22 yards there, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, Nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Gets it quickly out to Marshall. And he's going to get this down near the 25. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles, knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
2nd and 5 now. Mayfield.
That's going to be caught. It's Chenault. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
Now Mayfield. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Rams are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10
at their 35-yard line. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Out of the gun, Stafford.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And Kyle Long back from retirement, the guilty party on that one.
Here's Stafford. Flushed out right. Going up top for Kupp. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
And the Rams at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Second and 12 now at the 44-yard line. Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Open man is Atwell, complete.
And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the fourth down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
Fourth down, and we go from one Matt to another. Stafford heads off. Matt Gay gets set for the Rams field goal.
And Gay knocks this one through.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Fielded right around the 8. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. To throw, Mayfield. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And this is taken in at the 5. A big play there for Carolina. 51 yards. Prime example there of how his height can be an advantage. It makes it tough on some of these smaller defensive backs.
When they try and go through that type of a receiver to get the football, oftentimes that big body, that frame will block them away. And whether the receiver has to elevate or extend, now he has a clear path to the football with the defender usually on his back.
No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Three 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. McCaffrey is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, Stafford. And he'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Stafford going to give this to Akers.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
2nd and 2. Going right back to Akers.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41.
They'll give this to Akers running right.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. They'll try the air now with Stafford.
To the right side and complete to Atwell.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 31-yard line. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
They give up the middle to Akers.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Stafford. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 17-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. A give running right is Akers. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Jeremy Chin there defensively.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 2 straight runs of 5 yards. 1st and 10.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them. That attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll run here with Akers. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They'll go again here with Akers. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
They were held to a field goal on their first drive. They want 6 now, but it's 3rd and goal. Now Stafford. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Zone touchdown Rams. Matthew Stafford with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Rams will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7.
throwing the touchdown. Here's Gay to kick it away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. First down, Mayfield. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mayfield. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Oh, he'll take a shot from McCaffrey downfield. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep, Brandon Powell. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. Now a first down throw, Stafford. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, L.A. Cooper Kupp in the final seconds of the first half. And the Rams would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side. coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Fighting through the offense was Corey Littleton and making a nice play.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Stafford. Complete. Jefferson the target. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. CD, you remember John Elway?
Oh, boy. How could I forget John Elway and how many NFL defenses? So glad he's no longer throwing the ball around.
Well, Elway threw for 51,475 yards, and we just saw him go past that number for career passing yards.
That means his career now as memorable as John Elway's, and that's a pretty significant accomplishment.
Man, what an accomplishment it is. Congratulations. And he's still doing it. Still doing it at a high level. Stafford on 3rd down. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. On the handoff, running left is Akers. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Cam Akers, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Out of the end zone comes Smith. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he won't quite take it all the way, but still what a return. He gets that to the 10.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure. They thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep them out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
We'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On the ground, McCaffrey. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. Mayfield to throw it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and this Rams defense comes up with a goal line stand. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
He starts with a give to Akers.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
84 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run for this with Akers.
And he gets this one across midfield for the 1st down to the 46. It's a pickup of 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now a give. Akers running left.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, LA.
Cam Akers.
His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Gay is on for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
Here's Mayfield. Well, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the 1st. back to throw here. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Mayfield with it once more. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. They'll set up to throw. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now back to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he's going to get this down near the 25. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Play fake. Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Play action. Stafford. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Stafford now to throw. That'll be caught. It's Cup.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Going for it all. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He hasn't been sacked all game, and there's an example as to why. Evaded the pressure, got out of the pocket, but even with the extra time, it doesn't translate into a completion.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Stafford. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame them?
On the handoff, it's Akers.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Cam Akers.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Rams look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
Big Derek Brown making the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Stafford to his #1 guy, Cup, for a Los Angeles first.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
On 1st down, Stafford here.
Looking for Cooper Kupp again, 2 in a row. He'll get it inside the 20.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big play that time on a catch and run. 30 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
On the give, this is Akers.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Again, it'll be Akers.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
Fielded right around the 8. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd.
Troy Hill picks it, and this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
They'll run on first down with Akers.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
The Etor Gross Matos there to bring him down.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he gets it down to the 32. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one is, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Los Angeles, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.